And finally, let's talk about Mary in the Bible. Mary was a victim of natural limitation. You know how, as a young lady, you've been dreaming about your wedding night, how your wedding is going to go, the kind of clothes you want to put on, the flowers you want around, the songs you want to dance to. You know how you pick those things and you're just praying that God, let your time come really fast. And that was what probably was in the mind of Mary. I mean, I'm sure guys had come around her, wanted to even have sex with her, make love to her, as the case may be. And she says, no, I am keeping this till my wedding night. And guess what? Suddenly, God comes into her life, being good all her life, messed up her life. And the only thing she could come up with from being good is that she got pregnant. I mean, so getting pregnant, that's one issue. Another thing is that who did you get pregnant for? The Holy Spirit. How did the society take it? How will Joseph take it? How will her parents take it? Because this is really, really crazy. You can't explain that you have been this good. I mean, you know how you have been good all your life, then something happens to you and everybody thinks that it looks like you've been pretending that you have been bad all your life. That was what exactly happened to Mary in the Bible. I mean, pregnant with the Holy Spirit, and you can't explain it to anybody. But I saw a massive compensation that God gave to her. Nobody knows the name of her father and her mother. Nobody knows her parents. She was probably a slave child from somewhere. I mean, they will mention your names if your name really matter. So we couldn't know the names of her parents. But guess what? And number two is that I noticed that before you can give birth to a king, you ought to be a queen. How can Mary, who is a slave, give birth to a king? I mean, that is unusual. You need to be a queen before you give birth to a king. Now, an ordinary person is giving birth to a king. A slave, a poor girl is giving birth to a king. And that's really unusual. It tells you how powerful grace is. That grace is a scandal. He looks at your mess, looks at everything you've gone through, and he brings out something powerful from your inside. And Mary ended up giving up birth to the Messiah of the world. So guess what? You may be a girl having it good all your life, and at a point something came into your life and messed up your life. Don't worry. Men have come into your life, women have come into your life, situations have come to mess it up for you. God will bring out something. A slave will give birth to a king, which means that what will come out of you is going to be more like a fresh plant or a tender plant that comes out of a wilderness, which means that you will produce results that your environment does not have capacity for. So every Mary, get ready. God is coming in your direction. Grace will find you. Grace will lead you. And as we end this series, I want you to know this, that where you are is not what you are. It is not who you are now that matters, but it is the person that you become before God. God sees you as a work in progress, and your life is going to be beautiful. You are going to have a happy ending. God bless you. Have a great time.